So what are your thoughts on using My Speaker Rhetoric for preparing for your speech?
I really like it. When I found out about this, I thought that the idea to use artificial intelligence to evaluate the speech was very great, and I tried. I had some issues with downloading, etc., but I think just because it was first time, but idea is fantastic, and it could help to many people to prepare their speeches, to prepare their pitches, especially as we work with entrepreneurs. We would like to bring your tool to Ukraine.
Oh, that's super nice. I'm glad to hear that. And in which way did you feel that it most helped you? Like, was there like a speech technical aspect that was kind of like most relevant for your case and your speech?
I like objectivity because when we are talking to people, every people has its bias, etc., etc. So this is about objectivity. It's about how you could improve your speech. And in my case, it was, for example, about likability. I remember that component. And also I like that it could be possible to invite your colleagues to evaluate you. And I think it's also very interesting and could be used through different programs.
Yeah, that's great. And that's maybe an addition, like the AI gives the objective aspect to it, and then the colleagues and your peers can give like a more subjective aspect
Yeah,
to
but
speech.
it could work, for example, if it's a kind of close group of people, and these people later could evaluate you and could give you additional point.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's great. And if we talk about then, or if we talk about your speech yesterday, which was great, by the way, and congratulations.
Thank you.
I think it was a very unique take on the war and what's going on and what's happening currently in Ukraine. And it was very eye-opening also for everyone, at least for me, to see not only the horrors that have led to the situation in which we are, but also on how humanity has come together in a way in order to salvage the situation. And kind of like leading from that, I would like to ask, what would you say is the most important leadership quality in the face of this extreme resilience that you have had to endure?
I really got some comments like this, that you talked not only about negative things, you talked what positive things are happening in Ukraine. And I really think that Ukrainian people, including Ukrainian businesses I told yesterday about, showed extreme resilience and showed value. So for me, you remember that survey before the final, what kind of what features you consider the most important for leadership? For me, it's values. And I think if the company has values, and act according to them, it's very important. And also CEO should have such values. And it's about empathy, it's about caring for people, caring for employees and families. And I think also that the war opened open the context, if I could say this. It's not right word. The war showed the most important stakeholders for the companies, and it's not only employees, and it's also families of employees, and I think it's important. And it's caring for people. I think it's one of the key features, and I'm very glad and very happy that our businesses really demonstrate it. And it doesn't depend on the size of the business, both big ones but also micro ones.
That's so beautiful in in that situation to see something like that as well. I can imagine.
It's about humanity. It's about responsibility, I should say, and it's about belief and trust.
Mm. And would you say that those, like empathy and trust and believing in one another, would you say that they are like the qualities of humanity that we need in order to face adversity?
I would add caring and sharing.
Mm.
And you know that sometimes before the full-fledged invasion, there were some terms which you knew, but perhaps you didn't pay much attention to this. And for me, there are two terms. One is caring and sharing, because now we see it, and it's fantastic. When I was asked what is the most social responsible business in Ukraine, I usually answered it's small cafe, small coffee shop, which is near my near my house, because a woman who is an owner of this coffee shop, she bought generators and she allowed everybody to come and to charge their phones, and letting everybody not to buy anything, and she didn't charge any fee for this. And when she bought generators during power cuts, and I think it's about attitude. And the second term is women economic empowerment, because now we know that when many men are at front line, it's very important for women to start their businesses, and I see how helpful it could be for both psychological health and but also for well-being.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And if we look, like if we turn our sights into the future, what do you think or what do you believe needs to be taken into consideration in order to kind of like maintain this attitude and this resilience and the wonderful aspects of humanity that you've also seen? So how will you maintain that going forward?
Actually, I think that Ukrainians have changed, and it means that there always be a question to the company what you did during this full-fledged invasion. And I think that after the full-fledged invasion, we became more socially responsible, and it's my belief and it's my opinion that it will be even deeply integrated in the company's strategies. And I know that I know several cases when, for example, CSR sustainability strategies are approved now by board of directors just in 15 minutes. And previously it was like 2 hours discussion whether we should take it or not. So it will be integrated. And I think that it's also about the values and it's about changes of our attitude towards employees, towards stakeholders, and towards society.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine that really the values and the promises and social responsibility, it really goes beyond words.
Exactly.
And it really goes into action.
Exactly.
That's super nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.